Okay. Okay, got it. Hello, friends. Happy New Week. Happy Monday. Just checking a t-shirt printed for me by John Finnemore with all the voices I can do. All of which I'll be using for what we're about to embark on. Act 1 of the very first play William Shakespeare ever wrote. The Two Gentlemen of Verona, as you've never seen it before. Because you probably never have seen The Two Gentlemen of Verona before. I'm pretty unfamiliar with it. Let's see if you can tell. I was thinking before every act of explaining what's going to happen next. I think it's pretty easy to follow. The good thing is that whenever a character comes on, they immediately address the other character by their name, so you can tell which one I'm playing. For a while, at least. There hopefully will be less clumping than there was in the introductory video. My setup is an open desk, but I'm not going to be moving the book much. I'm not going to keep still, because everyone in this play is young and excited, and so horny that folding a piece of paper in half makes them think of sex. So that's probably the biggest tonal difference between what we're about to do and what I did before, Daniel Defoe reading about the plague year. It's 7 o'clock, it's 7:30. I've been putting this off far too long. Let's just do this. Ta-da! Scene 1. Enter Valentine and Proteus. Cease to persuade, my loving Proteus. Home-keeping youth hath ever homely wits. Were not affection chains thy tender days to the sweet glances of thy honoured love, I rather would entreat thy company to see the wonders of the world abroad than living dully sluggardized at home, whereat thy youth with shapeless idleness. But, since thou lovest, love still, and thrive therein, even as I would when I to love begin. Wilt thou be gone? Sweet Valentine, adieu. Think on thy Proteus when thou haply seest some rare noteworthy object in thy travel. Wish me partaker in thy happiness when thou dost meet good hap, and in thy danger, if ever danger do environ thee, commend thy grievance to my holy prayers, for I will be thy beadsman, Valentine. And on a love book pray for my success? Upon some book I love, I'll pray for thee. That's on some shallow story of deep love, how young Leander crossed the Hellespont. That's a deep story of a deeper love, for he was more than over shoes in love. 'Tis true, for you were over boots in love, and yet you've never swam the Hellespont. Over the boots? Nay, give me not the boots. No, I will not, for it boots thee not. What? To be in love, where scorn is bought with groans, coy looks with heart-sore sighs, one fading moment's mirth with 20 watchful, weary, tedious nights. If haply won, perhaps a hapless gain. If lost, why then a grievous labour won. However, but a folly bought with wit, or else a wit by folly vanquished. So by your circumstance you call me fool. So by your circumstance I fear you'll prove. 'Tis love you cavil at. I'm not love. Love is your master, for he masters you, and he that is so yoked by a fool, methinks should not be chronicled for wise. Yet writers say, as in the sweetest bud the eating canker dwells, so doting love inhabits in the finest wits of all. And writers say, as the most forward bud is eaten by the canker ere it blow, even so by love the young and tender wit is turned to folly, blasting in the bud, losing his verdure even in the prime, and all the fair effects of future hopes. But wherefore waste I time to counsel thee? Thou art a votary to fond desire. Once more, adieu. My father at the road expects my coming, there to see me shipped. And thither will I bring thee, Valentine. Sweet Proteus. No. Now, let us take our leave. To Milan let me hear from thee by letters of thy success in love. And what news else betideth here in absence of thy friend? And I likewise will visit thee with mine. All happiness perchance to thee in Milan, as much to you at home. And so farewell. He after honour hunts, I after love. He leaves his friends to dignify them more. I leave myself, my friends, and all for love. Thou, Julia, thou hast metamorphosed me, made me neglect my studies, lose my time, war with good counsel, set the world at naught, made wit with musing weak, heart sick with thought. Enter Speed. Sir, Proteus, save you! So you're my master! But now he parted hence to embark for Milan. 20 to 1 then he's shipped already, and I have played the sheep in losing him. Indeed, a sheep doth very often stray, and if the shepherd be a while away. Oh, you conclude that my master is a shepherd then, and I a sheep? I do. Why then my horns are his horns whether I wake or sleep. That's a silly answer, and fitting well as sheep. This proves me still a sheep. True, and my master a shepherd. Nay, that I can deny by a circumstance. Well, it shall go hard, but I'll prove it by another. The shepherd seeks the sheep, and not the sheep the shepherd. But I seek my master, and my master seeks not me. Therefore I am no sheep. The sheep for fodder follow the shepherd. The shepherd for food follows not the sheep. Thou for wages followest thy master. Thy master for wages follows not thee. Therefore thou art a sheep. Such another proof will make me cry, bah! But dost thou hear? Gavest thou my letter to Julia? Aye, sir. I, a lost mutton, gave her your letter to her, a laced mutton, and she, a laced mutton, gave me, a lost mutton, nothing from my labour. Well, here's too small a pasture for such store of muttons. If the ground be overcharged, you were best stick her. Nay, in that you are astray. Were best pound you. Nay, sir, less than a pound shall serve me for carrying a letter. You mistake. I mean the pound, the pinfold. From a pound to a pin, fold it over and over, 'tis threefold too little for carrying a letter to your lover. Well, what said she? I. Nod I. Well, that's noddy. No, you mistook, sir. I say she did nod, and you ask me if she did nod, and I say I. And that set together is noddy. Now you've taken the pains to set it together, take it for your pains. No, no, no. You shall have it for bearing the letter. Well, I perceive I must be fain to bear with you. Why, sir, how do you bear with me? Marry, sir, the letter very oddly, having nothing but the word noddy for my pains. Beshrew me. But you have a quick wit, and yet I cannot overtake your slow purse. Come, come, come. Open the matter in brief. What said she? Open your purse, that the money and the matter may be both at once delivered. Well, sir, here is for your pains. What said she? Truly, sir, I think you'll hardly win her. Why? Couldst thou perceive so much from her? Sir, I could perceive nothing at all from her, no, not so much as a ducat for delivering your letter, and, being so hard to me, that brought your mind, I fear she'll prove as hard to you in telling your mind. Give her no tokens but stones, for she's as hard as steel. What said she? Nothing. No, not so much as, take this for thy pains. To testify your bounty, I thank you, you have testurned me, in requital whereof, henceforth carry your letters yourself, and so, sir, I'll commend you to my master. Exit. Go, go, be gone, to save your ship from wreck, which cannot perish having thee aboard, being destined to a drier death on shore. I must go send some better messenger. I fear my Julia would not deign my lines, receiving them from such a worthless post. Exit. Scene 2. Enter Julia and Lucetta. But say, Lucetta, now we are alone, wouldst thou then counsel me to fall in love? Ay, madam, so you stumble not unheedfully. Of all the fair resort of gentlemen that every day with Pile encounter me, in thy opinion, which is worthiest, love? Please you repeat their names. I'll show my mind according to my shallow simple skill. What thinkst thou of the fair Sir Eglamour? As of a knight well spoken, neat and fine. But were I you, he never should be mine. What thinkst thou of the rich Mercatio? Well of his wealth, but of himself, so. What thinkst thou of the gentle Proteus? Lord, Lord. To see what folly reigns in us. How now, what means this passion at his name? Pardon, dear madam, 'tis a passing shame that I, unworthy body as I am, should censure thus on lovely gentlemen. Why not on Proteus, as of all the rest? Then thus. Of many good I think him best. Your reason? I have no other but a woman's reason. I think him so, because I think him so. And wouldst thou have me cast my love on him? Ay, if you thought your love not cast away. Why, he of all the rest hath never moved me, yet he of all the best I think best loves ye. His little speaking shows his love but small. Ah, fire that's closest kept burns most of all. They do not love that do not show their love. Oh, they love least that let men know their love. Oh, I would I knew his mind. Lucetta, giving Proteus' letter. Peruse this paper, madam. To Julia. Say, from whom? That the contents will show. Say, who gave it thee? Sir Valentine's page, and sent, I think, from Proteus. He would have given it you, but I, being in the way, did in your name receive it. Pardon the fault, I pray. Now, by my modesty, a goodly broker. There you presume to harbour wanton lines, to whisper and conspire against my youth. Now, trust me, 'tis an office of great worth, and you an officer fit for the place. There, take the paper. See it be returned, or else return no more into my sight. To plead for love deserves more fee than hate. Will ye be gone? That you may ruminate. She exits. And yet I would I had o'erlooked the letter. It were a shame to call her back again, and pray her to a fault for which I chid her. What fool is she that knows I am a maid, and would not force the letter to my view, since maids in modesty say no to that which they would have the profferer construe aye? Why? How wayward is this foolish love, that like a testy babe will scratch the nurse, and presently, all humbled, kiss the rod. How churlishly I chid Lucetta hence, when willingly I would have had her here. How angrily I taught my brow to frown, when inward joy enforced my heart to smile. My penance is to call Lucetta back, and ask remission for my folly past. What ho, Lucetta! And to Lucetta, what would your ladyship? Is near dinner time? I would it were that you might kill your stomach on your meat, and not upon your maid. She drops and picks up the letter. What is't that you took up so gingerly? Nothing. Why didst you stoop then, to take a paper out that I let fall? And is that paper nothing? Nothing concerning me. Then let it lie for those that it concerns. Madam, it will not lie where it concerns, unless it have a false interpreter. Some love of yours hath writ to you in rhyme. That I might sing it, madam, to a tune, give me a note your ladyship can set. As little by such toys as may be possible. Best sing it to the tune of Lighter Love. It is too heavy for so light a tune. Heavy? Like it hath some burden then? Ay, and melodious were it, would you sing it? Why not you? I cannot reach so high. Let's see your song. She tries to take the letter. How now, minion? Keep tune there still, so you will sing it out. And yet methinks I do not like this tune. You do not? No, madam, 'tis too sharp. You, minion, are too saucy. Nay, now you are too flat, and mar the concord with too harsh a descant. There wanteth but a mean to fill your song. The mean is drowned in your unruly bass. Indeed, I bid the bass for Proteus. This bauble shall not henceforth trouble me. Here is a coil for your protestation. She tears the letter and drops the pieces. Go, get you gone, and let the papers lie. You would be fingering them to anger me. She makes it strange, but she would be best pleased to be so angered with another letter. Lucetta exits. Julia. Nay, would I were so angered with the same. O hateful hands, to tear such loving words! Injurious wasps, to feed on such sweet honey, and kill the bees that yield it with your stings. I'll kiss each several paper for amends. She picks up some of the pieces of paper. Look, here is writ, kind Julia. Unkind Julia, as in revenge of thy ingratitude, I throw thy name against the bruising stones, trampling contemptuously on thy disdain. And here is writ, love-wounded Proteus. Poor wounded name. My bosom as a bed shall lodge thee till thy wound be thoroughly healed, and thus I search it with a sovereign kiss. But twice or thrice was Proteus written down. Be calm, good wind, blow not a word away, till I have found each letter in the letter, except mine own name, that some whirlwind bear unto a ragged, fearful, hanging rock, and throw it thence into the raging sea. Oh, lo! Here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor forlorn Proteus, passionate Proteus, to the sweet Julia. Oh, that I'll tear away, and yet I will not. See, so prettily he couples it to his complaining names. Thus will I fold them, one upon the other. Now, kiss, embrace, content. Do what you will. And to Lucetta. Madam, dinner is ready, and your father stays. Well, let us go. What, shall these papers lie like tell-tales here? If you respect them, best to take them up. Nay, I was taken up for laying them down. Yet here they shall not lie for catching cold. I see you have a month's mind to them. Ay, madam, you may say what sight you see. I see things too, although you judge I wink. Well, come, will please you go. Exit. Scene 3. Enter Antonio and Panthino. Tell me, Panthino, what sad talk was that wherewith my brother held you in the cloister? 'Twas of his nephew Proteus, your son. Why, what of him? He wondered that your lordship would suffer him to spend his youth at home, while other men of slender reputation put forth their sons to seek preferment out. some to the wars to try their fortune there, some to discover islands far away, some to the studious universities for any or for all these exercises. He said that Proteus, your son, was meet, and did request me to importune you to let him spend his time no more at home, which would be great impeachment to his age, in having known no travel in his youth. Nor needst thou much importune me to that whereon this month I have been hammering. I have considered well his loss of time, and how he cannot be a perfect man, not being tried and tutored in the world. Experience is by industry achieved, and perfected by the swift course of time. Then tell me, whither were I best to send him? I think your lordship is not ignorant how his companion, youthful Valentine, attends the emperor in his royal court. I know it well. 'Twere good, I think, your lordship sent him thither. There shall he practise tilts and tournaments, hear sweet discourse, converse with noblemen, and he and I of every exercise worthy his youth and nobleness of birth. I like thy counsel. Well hast thou advised, and that thou mayst perceive how well I like it, the execution of it shall make known. Even with the speediest expedition I will dispatch him to the emperor's court. Or tomorrow, may it please you. Don Alfonso, with other gentlemen of good esteem, are journeying to salute the emperor, and to commend their service to his will. Oh, good company, with them shall Proteus go. Enter Proteus with a letter. He does not see Antonio and Panthino. And in good time, now will we break with him. Sweet love, sweet lines, sweet life. Here is her hand, the agent of her heart. Here is her oath for love, her honour's pawn. Oh, that our fathers would applaud our loves to seal our happiness with their consent. Oh, heavenly Julia! How now, what letter are you reading there? May it please your lordship? 'Tis a word or two of commendation sent from Valentine, delivered by a friend that came from him. Well, lend me the letter. Let me see what news. There's no news, my lord, but that he writes how happily he lives, how well beloved and daily graced by the emperor, wishing me with him, partner of his fortune. And how stand you affected to his wish? As one relying on your lordship's will, and not depending on his friendly wish. My will is something sorted with his wish. Muse not that I thus suddenly proceed, for what I will, and there an end. I am resolved that thou shalt spend some time with Valentinus in the emperor's court. What maintenance he from his friends receives, like exhibition thou shalt have from me. Tomorrow be in readiness to go. Excuse it not, for I am peremptory. My lord, I cannot be so soon provided. Please you deliberate a day or two. Look what thou wants shall be sent after thee. No more a stay. Tomorrow thou must go. Come on, Panthino. You shall be employed to hasten on his expedition. Exeunt Antonio and Panthino. Thus have I shunned the fire for fear of burning, and drenched me in the sea where I am drowned. I fear to show my father Julia's letter, lest he should take exceptions to my love, and with the vantage of mine own excuse hath he accepted most against my love. Oh, how this spring of love resembleth the uncertain glory of an April day, which now shows all the beauty of the sun, and by a cloud takes all away. Enter Panthino. Sir Proteus, your father calls for you. He is in haste, therefore I pray you go. Why, that it is. My heart accords thereto, and yet 1,000 times it answers, no. And that's the end of Act 1. I understood what was going on there. Sorry for the slips, but there's going to be loads of those. So, yes, the introduction I'll stick there. Act 2, when it's finished, will go up there. Thank you for joining me. There's a tip jar below if you want tips for that. I hope you're all doing tremendously. Bye-bye.